More than 15 million root canals are performed every year. Now our patients are asking, is a root canal safe or potentially dangerous and could cause health issues? I'm Dr. Maryam Horiyat at Aria Dental, a holistic, biological, integrative, and cosmetic dental office in South Orange County of California. Most patients who visit us as holistic dentists for a second opinion because they were told by their dentist that they needed a root canal end up not needing a root canal treatment because in those cases, root cause of pain is not actually a chronic inflammation, infection, necrotic or dead tooth, or abscess. And as soon as the root cause of pain is removed, the patient's pain resolves without any need for root canal treatment.
I came to Dr. Horiyat because I wanted a second opinion on a root canal that I needed to have done. And I had done some research about the risks of root canals and was really concerned. The first thing that I noticed is that she validated my concerns. And that immediately just felt like I knew I had found the right person. I honestly felt like my current dentist just kind of dismissed my fears, my concerns, and didn't really hear me. Anytime I mentioned anything holistic, they just sort of quietly, I can see them kind of rolling their eyes and not really taking it seriously. And Dr. Horiyat was really the first person who took my concerns and validated me. So she really takes the time to answer your questions. She would literally sit with me for 10, 15 minutes, sometimes longer, and just go through and answer my questions. So once the treatment plan started, it was great. We extracted the tooth, we then had an implant put in, and just every step of the way, I felt like she's just been like a partner in my health plan, in the treatment. She's just been fantastic.
On the other hand, one of the main reasons that our patients need their teeth to be removed is failed and infected root canal treatment. What is root canal treatment? Most people think that a tooth is not a living organ. In fact, a tooth is considered a living organ, and like any other organ, it is made of tissues. A human tooth is made of 4 distinct biological tissues: enamel, dentin, cementum, and pulp. And all together, these tissues make up a tooth as a complete vital organ. Here's a healthy tooth. Inside a tooth, under the enamel, is a hard tissue called dentin. And inside of a dentin is a soft tissue called root canal space, where the pulp is, that extends from the crown of the tooth into the root tip. The pulp tissue is a combination of blood vessels, nerves, and connective tissue that gives vitality and nutrients to the dentin and cementum and keeps the tooth as a vital organ. When there is a deep cavity, crack, fracture, or trauma, pulpitis or pulp inflammation or infection occurs, irritating the sensory nerve inside of the tooth and in most cases causing pain. There are 3 different stages of pulpitis causing patients pain. Number 1, at first, transient and reversible pulpitis happens. So when the root cause of pulp inflammation is removed, the inflammation comes down on its own and the pain resolves without any need for root canal treatment. Number 2, if pulpitis becomes more chronic and irreversible, the patient pain is not going to come down on its own unless the pulp tissue is removed and root canal treatment is performed. Number 3, if the chronic and irreversible pulpitis persists, then eventually the pulp dies and becomes necrotic or dead. Number 4, when bacteria in the saliva travels into the pulp to the root tip or apex of the tooth, or necrotic nerve inside of the pulp is left alone, abscess forms around the apex of the tooth in the jawbone, which could be silent without pain or it could be painful. When the pulp is damaged and becomes either reversible pulpitis or necrotic, most patients get alert because the tooth most likely become very painful.
I had a problem for 10 years with a bleeding tooth. My doctor that I went to for 30 years told me there was nothing wrong. I came to Dr. Horiyat. She looked at the tooth. She said, "You have an infection. We need to pull it." She pulled the tooth, found the infection in the bone, had to pull a second tooth. She did 2 grafts. She took the plasma. I have never felt better. I could not get out of bed for 10 years with this sickness that I had, and I am back to normal. Thank you, Dr. Horiyat.
So one way to resolve the pain is to remove the entire tooth or extraction. The other way to save the dead tooth and just to remove the soft tissue inside of the pulp and fill the root canal space. This procedure is called root canal treatment, also known as endodontic treatment. Once the root canal is performed, the tooth is disconnected from its blood supply, nerve supply, and lymph system that used to drain the tooth. Over time, in most cases, a root canal tooth turns dark color or even black. Also, over time, your tooth, which is very porous, could start absorbing bacteria, and slowly bacteria could make their ways to the tip of the root or apex and cause a bone infection around the tooth. But part of the questions we get from our patient is, when do we know if the tooth is infected or unsafe? The answer is, by the science of CT scan, we could keep a close eye on some of these root canals. But we don't know a definite answer whether patient's inflammatory response against a dead tooth, that essentially is a dead organ, is leading to any systemic issues or not. If you wait until the tooth becomes painful or it hurts, you're not really necessarily doing your body a service. It may take years for the infection to become painful, but silent tooth infection or inflammatory response against a dead tooth could immediately cause systemic health issue. The fact that there is no branch of medicine that exists where a dead organ is left in, except in dentistry where the root canal is left, has made the safety of root canal treatment very argumentative. According to Hal Huggins' research, Weston Price, and many holistic and biological dental associations, root canal therapy is not very healthy. When a tooth becomes infected, the infection causes the pulp and its surrounding tissue to die. When that happens, there is no blood flow. This hidden infection could be linked to your general health and could cause potential health risk. This is the reason many holistic and biological dentists may recommend extracting the infected tooth. My suggestion is to connect to your biological and holistic dentist to discuss alternative to root canal treatments before you get a root canal. In one of my previous videos, I discussed some of alternative to root canal treatment, so you can go ahead and refer back to those videos. Please don't forget to subscribe for our weekly videos regarding your oral health.